Namaste. Very, very welcome, all of you, to this meeting today. So, anybody, if you want to talk to me about something, you are welcome. Mila, you want to say something?
Yes, namaste. I wanted to check to you that, for example, today I feel that, how to say, I'm fully in this meeting, and I feel very strong my presence here in this satsang, and full interest and a full exciting. But somehow I feel it is not every time similar. I mean, not every meeting it is like this. Like, for example, this feeling is very new for me, that like I'm fully here. And I can sense that you are also fully open for me, and it's like in a shop. I have all money and I can buy anything I want, or I can get anything I want. It is like this today, and it's quite new for me. I just wanted to check, like, was I not prepared well for in other meetings, or how it is possible that today I'm like this? And I know that I have a full interest in the truth, and I always try to get as much as possible. But somehow today I've got all money on the world, and I can buy anything I want.
How I am looking at it or what I am seeing in it, I will share with you. Then you give me some feedback. I feel that you have you have become aware of yourself in a way more. You know, what is this awareness, more awareness of the self is that you have become aware that you are more than you thought before. No? More either in the sense of expansion, or in the sense of depth, or in the sense of truthfulness, or in the sense of permanence, that I'm more permanent. No, like it has become more clear to you that I'm permanent. And when it has become more clear to you relatively that I'm permanent, then you are able to feel yourself being here more without doing anything also. Because in this self-awareness, it is included that you will experience yourself more also here. No? Because only a very small portion of our awareness is used for body-mind activities and through what we call attention. No? It is just that the most of the consciousness is kind of asleep in a way, you can say. That's why we feel that if I am going to listen in satsang, then it's difficult to understand. If I'm going to listen and understand, then it is difficult to feel myself as a listener. For example, like always we are falling short in a way because of that. But I feel that you have become more aware of yourself, or you have got access to the more of the awareness in a way. That's why you are feeling that, you know. So in relation to the previous experience of being in the in this meeting, in this session, this is more like this. But I have a question here, that you feel that I have all the money, meaning I have all the possibilities of getting anything, experiencing anything. But do you have desire to buy anything out of this money that you have today? And what is your desire? This is what I want to ask you.
It is a very nice question, because it's also somehow it's here with me. I feel that I feel a little bit of scaredness, it is true, that because everything is possible, am I ready for this everything, kind of everything? And also I felt scared to reply to this question, but now I feel it is not true, because it's kind of not a true question, or not a true questioner to this, because I'm fully open and ready for everything I can get here in this meeting. And as a person, I can't get anything, but I somehow ready to put myself to the hands of the God, and I'm sure He will do everything right to me. That's kind of a reply to this question.
Oh, yeah, it's good. It's good, no? Uh, just one correction I wanted to make to your statement. You said that as a person I cannot get anything. No, as a person we can get everything actually also, but we cannot keep it. We cannot keep it. Whatever we attain, we cannot keep it as a person. This is the problem, because person itself is a temporary state, changing state. No, so when the container is not permanent, the content, the attainment, something kept in that container will not be permanent also. No. So as a person, we can attain anything. We attain, for example, glimpse of truth also of who we are, but we are just not able to keep it. That's the only problem. So for those people whom it does not matter that whether I'm able to keep the experience or not, at least I'm able to experience it that time. For them, a person state it does not hurt so much. No? Because in the being, they are in that state of being, there is a hope that there is so many experiences possible, the expansion of life. No? Because experiencing happens in the expansion of life. Knowing of life happens in the depth of life, not in the experience, and not in the expansion. Depth of experiencing the same thing. No? Knowing, true knowing happens in the depth of the experiencing of the same thing. No? Not in the expansion like many things. No? So this is some correction I wanted to make, and otherwise what you are saying is good. It's good, no?
Gee, also, can I correct a bit my statement? I feel that when it is how to say, when you get this possibility that you can get everything, then you much more. It is for me only what I feel. Not cannot say about everybody. I feel that you. I I just check where I am now and what is it here, and it's kind of very beautiful already. And you feel that it is a lot of now already, and it's kind of already well. That's what I feel.
It is actually. Slowly, I just want to add a little bit, like, let add a little bit something which may help you or someone else. Why you are feeling scared right now? Because ultimately, this is something which is happening, like something which is happening, which has opened up, and everything that opens up or opened up, kind of changed, gone, wears off. No, does not remain permanently. No, ever. This is where I would like to share a little bit that let us try to see a very clear difference between experiencing and being. Or you can say experiencing, seeing, and being. Experiencing is our default way, like we experience life, no, in different way, no, whether it's through physical experiences or mental or emotional experiences, no, we experience. But in that experiencing, experiencer is not aware of itself generally, no. And if the experiencer is aware of itself, then this becomes a conscious experiencing, no, which is a very, very rewarding thing, really. Then comes seeing. In the seeing, experiencer is bound to be much more conscious of itself because it is not doing anything else. Like it is not taking anything from what it is looking at. Taking in the sense of experiencing. That's why it is not really involved in a way. It is not in a weak state also. It will be in a much stronger state now. No? Stronger in the sense of sleek or isolated in a way also. Not involved in a way. No? Because I just have to look, like you will feel that I just have to see, not that I have to do anything with what I'm looking at. So that seeing has more higher possibility, and that's why awareness or seeing or watching is so important for a seeker of truth also, because of this. That it gives us a chance to become self-aware as a seer of what we are looking at. No? But even here, Mila, like the experiences, the seeing also disappears in time. What was seen was alive that moment, and then that remains in the memory only. And that's the reality, the real experience of the seeing, or which is a strange thing to say in a way. But that real happening of the seeing is not there anymore. No? That purity of seeing is not there anymore. No? But there is a third option, not experiencing, not seeing, but being. There we don't lose really what we have. What we get, we never lose that. There you will not have this fear which you are having. So rather than right now focusing on your strength that you have, your possibility you have of buying anything or gaining or attaining anything in this moment, try to focus on yourself, your being. Try to live yourself. Try to live your being. No? Like try to be that what you are. Now whether you are seeing that, whether you are experiencing that doesn't matter because it doesn't apply here. Because seeing and experiencing applies to something which is separate from us. Your own self is not separate from yourself, no. And yet there is something possible. Like you may feel that, yeah, myself is there anyway. What else I can do with it? I just became clear that yes, I am. No, no, there is something much powerful and continuous possible here, which can, you can say, give depth to our self-discovery, which in turn is going to make us free from the dependency on experiencing and seeing also. Meaning for truth. For experiencing for fun is fine. For this within this divine play it is fine. But for the discovery of truth, experiencing and seeing is not required anymore. Once we start being. So right now, rather than what you have, try to focus on what you are. Rather than living what you can live or you are living right now, try to live who you are, who is living or who can live. This is the way to go beyond fear of losing something or to attain something beyond losing it. Because here, what is attained can never be lost. Because it becomes part of the being. Like the being wakes up that I am the being. Now this cannot be lost. This is what is self-realization. Being becomes aware that I am the being. This cannot be lost. Ever. Whatever degree of self-awareness has happened, it never can be lost now. It will just remain. Always. Because it is not two things. Like it is not something happened with another thing. It is one thing happening within itself. No? Self-awareness is the same thing happening within itself. Are you able to connect to what I am saying, Mila? So I would add
Yes.
like this, that it may help you, this simple thing which I am sharing with you. Because whatever can be experienced will be lost sooner or later. No? Doesn't matter what we are experiencing. Even if it is by the grace of Lord, we are experiencing the presence of Lord, even that will be lost. Meaning the experience part of it will be lost. The realization that has happened because of the grace of God will be always there. No? So please say anything if you feel.
Yes, I feel thank you. Thank you so much because I really not interesting to collect experience anymore. I already had a lot of in the past. And it is very beautiful what you share to connect to yourself because I felt it and during your sharing I was, how to say, feeling myself more and more and now it is, yes. Thank you.
Thank you. In a moment like this where you are feeling anything is possible, then you should go for the best actually, no? Only not less than best. What is best? The best is living yourself. Because that's permanent attainment, no? This is a strange thing to realize one day that even for 1 second when I live myself, that is never lost after that. It becomes permanent. This is what is permanent growth in a way, you can say. Strange thing, but uh, you know, that's why awakening is the only real permanent attainment possible. No? Initially, in the mind, it cannot be evaluated or calculated so easily that okay, did it survive or not? Initially, maybe not. We cannot check that or confirm that yes, it survived or not. But where you are right now, Mila, what you are saying, for sure you can clearly see. So become more awake within your being. That's the best thing to do right now. How to become more awake? Live yourself consciously. This conscious experiencing comes here also. This time not experiencing anything else consciously, but experiencing yourself consciously. Consciously, why consciously? What is the relevance? The relevance is that so that nothing is mixed when we are experiencing ourselves. That we are not experiencing imagination. Because imagination is possible to be mixed here about ourselves. very likely for some time in a subtle form, that we are imagining ourselves and experiencing that also. While actually in reality what we are experiencing is the experiencer of the imagination of ourself, of itself. No? Do you see my point? That's why even little bit of taste of our own being will be there still in that imagination, because we are like the imagination of ourself is working like a mirror, and it is bouncing back our ability to experience onto ourselves. That's why we are able to experience ourselves. That's still good, not bad thing. But don't do that right now. That's what I mean. Right now, 100% pure being and pure awareness and pure ability of experiencing. No? Like absolutely everything just within itself. Nothing going out and nothing need to come in. Just one thing experiencing itself, the being experiencing itself. And also aware that I'm experiencing myself. This is what is conscious experiencing of the self. No? So please continue like this. And there will be no interest in you in this time to attend your attention, movement of attention. You are like not available for the movement of attention anymore. Even if your attention is moving, let's say, let's say it is measured from outside by some scientific equipment that, hey, your attention was moving, your mind was moving, your thought was moving. Maybe, but I was not attending that. I was so absorbed in my being. Do you see, Mila, what I'm saying? Everyone, I hope you can see the difference. It is not that your attention attends thoughts. Your attention is just your extended hand only. It is you who attends the attention, then it attends the thoughts or feelings or any other experience of life. No? When you are not available, you are just within yourself. No? You are not knowing anything here now. You are just being yourself. You are not experiencing anything. You are just experiencing yourself. You are not becoming aware of anything else in this world. You are just becoming aware of yourself, being, existing, existence. No? And this is how the ego is ended. This is how we consume the ego in the being. This is how the misunderstanding is removed. No? The separate self is removed. This is how the separate self is being removed. The intensity of it, no? The strength of it is being pulled back. Because the reality of the separate self is basically given by the self that you are, the being that you are, when you are not living yourself. Now that you are living yourself, there can be thoughts about yourself, but you will know they are only thoughts. They are not the self. You are the self who is attending those thoughts. So this is the self-realization. When you, the self, living yourself consciously, become clear that I am the self. And it's a very internal and a very, very simple thing. Internal but very simple in itself. No thoughts are here, no doubts are here, no feelings are here, no confusions are here. No. It's just one thing, becoming clear to itself that I am the self, I am the being. This is your no mind state also in a way. No mind state means no mind state of the self that you are. That you, the self, is not attending your mind aspect right now. You are without your mind aspect right now. So that's why it is called your no mind state. Or your true state also. It is called your true state also. Natural state also. Natural in the sense that you are not active in any way here, in the sense of effort. You are just alert to not be active with anything else. Thank you, Mila. Very beautiful conversation with you. Thank you. Dharma, you want to talk?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste, ji.
Yeah, I just felt to connect with you. I can say, I mean, I feel, the life, like the manifestation life, there's a nightmare going on. So, and
Did you say nightmare?
nightmare, yeah, nightmare, yeah.
Oh,
What's happening is like a nightmare,
oh,
and
like not a good experience.
not a good experience at all. And so, yeah, my personality is trying to fight with it, try to get out of it. At the same time, I feel from time to time I experience something that is beyond all this, and then again I fall back into this. So I feel in some level it's important to try to resolve the situation, but at the same time I feel it's better to go beyond it at the same time also. And by speaking with someone who is speaking from the, if you see from the Gurdjieff words, from the view from the real world, he says, no,
And from
view, he has this book, Views from the Real World,
real,
Gurdjieff.
from real world.
So I always feel like if I speak with someone who is awake, just speaking like that, it's you catch the flame somehow. It doesn't matter what is being spoken. Um, and yeah, I just felt it's very important to speak with you in this moment, so I try to connect with you.
It's very amazing what you are saying and true actually. Like a very beautiful word you use, no? That you, by talking, you catch the flame. Yeah. This same flame which can enlighten your view right now is what we are afraid of also in the initial times, no? That it can burn down my house of ego, no? And now you are happy with it, like I want this flame. It's so amazing already, no? One thing I felt when you were talking, and I will just share with you in case it can highlight something or help you. I always feel that it is very important to continuously do sadhana in the direction of integratedness, like a crystallization of the doer, of the thinker, of the decision maker, of the one who is living life. Here also, what is going to happen? What is happening when the, let's say, we can call it in a simple way that when the dream is collapsing, no? Or has started collapsing, or has started turning into nightmare. That time the one who is living in the dream, the one who is living in the dream is not living in the dream only, it is living on the dream also. So by trying to save the dream, it is trying to save itself also. And this one, if now what will happen is that the life is, like in this case what we call dream, basically is life being lived right now. So that life which is not going well is pulling us that attend me, I need your attention, time, no? And then the call from inside to know who I am, like I want to wake up, I want to cross over, no, also is there, no? Now there is going to be like a dividedness, like where to go. And this is where I want to share one thing with you that has helped me also and many beings also. That is this crystallization, the crystallization. Like there is a very high possibility that some part of life we will have to attend, like very important part of it. And there we will try to quickly attend it and run away from it into the effort of trying to know ourselves. May not be the best practice really. Why we are not able to cross over into our being? Because we are not stable there. Why we are not stable there? Because we are generally not stable, not about where we are, anywhere and everywhere, no? So anywhere and everywhere, the more stable we are, the more crystallized we are, the more crystallized we are inside also. So effectively, let's say, we are taking 10% or of some effect or benefit of being in our being. But if we can be more crystallized in the being, when we are in the being, then we can get 50%, 50% or more even. And that can be attained by attending the life from a more crystallized state when we are attending life. When we are not attending life, we let go of it. Because anyway, we want to let go of it into our being when interested in. So, what I am saying is that being crystallized, a centered, more centered doer, centered thinker, decision maker, is a very good state of being. It is not really more crystallized doer is more difficult to transcend. Not really. It's a big misunderstanding. The more divided doer, the more we are likely to live as a doer, as a false self, basically. There is a threshold into the doing that when we are able to reach to that threshold and cross that threshold of being crystallized doer, somehow the sense of doer cannot survive here. Only the doing remains perfectly happening, and the being wakes up beyond it, that witness. So this is also in service to awakening, actually, crystallization of the doer also. It's not really that, oh my God, I will be stuck in the... No, we will not be stuck. We don't have any chance of being stuck in this world because we are already stuck. Now whatever we will do, we will just become free from it more. We cannot be stuck more than we are stuck already. No. But by not doing anything, we will most probably remain stuck for a longer time than when we choose to do something about it, more consciously and more from the integrity. When we are sitting in our being, very crystallized, and we are able to sense that there is some part of my life important and has to be attended. We are able to remember that. No? Then do you think that you will forget your being when you will be attending your practical life? How? It is the same being, no? Who can remember the practical life when doing meditation will remember the meditation when doing practical life. No? Do you see what I am saying? It is the same being or not? So that meditativeness, that centeredness of the being will survive even in the practical life. So it's not really that these are two things. But somehow we are seeing self-realization as an experience, different and separate from the life experience. That's why this confusion happens. Self-realization basically is coming together into one being in such a way that when we decide to sit in our being, no energy or consciousness of ourself goes out of ourself for some time. It just remains within ourselves. The awareness does not go out of the being for some time. And it enlightens the being. The being becomes self-aware, who or what I am. No? Up to the degree that there is no going back into the illusion that I am a separate self, different or separate from this who or what I am. This is how awakening happens. No? But for that, crystallization, like a practice, like a gradual correction of being less and less and less divided. Do you feel that? I just try my best, and I oftentimes feel that I'm not able to express it well, what I want to. So, are you able to hear it, understand it up to some degree?
Yes, I'm connecting it very well, and you touched I think a key point, because in my mind especially there is doubt always that if I go in the outer world, then I might get lost in that, and this is one of the major thing. And this thing about separating non-essential and just keeping focus on the essential and becoming the crystallized doer, and how it relates to the beingness, I can see I can feel it, and there's a lot more work needs to be done on that side, sure.
Yes, yes. Very good. Thank you that you can connect with it. No? in the direction of spiritual attainment or awakening, no? Where we will keep what we want to attain is more important than attaining that, no? The container has to be permanent. So let us make sure that the container in which we are going to keep our awakening is permanent, no? And once we have made that sure, that is filled by a divine light in such a way that we just cannot imagine that what is happening to me. Why I'm feeling more and more better every day in the ways I have never imagined. Like my normal life is always normal, and somehow a special glitter or some kind of band is, continuously working on it of the Lord, or that is grace of God. As soon as we become permanent container, we and not full of the less important. We are filled by the grace of God from outside and inside both, actually, from every side, actually. It's just that we are not a container without any holes right now. That's the only thing. And we are afraid also that I don't want to be a container without holes right now. At least that which I don't like goes out. Now, if I'm not having any holes, then if that garbage comes in, it will never go out. That's just a misunderstanding. Or it's a two-way street, no? It's a two-way street also, no? Then life also, grace also cannot come in, no? Or grace can also not go out, no? If there are no holes. These are just symbolic, or you can say, metaphorical ways of saying things. It's not literally so. But it is very important to be stable being. Like stable experiencer, then conscious experiencer, then stable seer. And this is where we start waking up to who we are. Stable seer. Because stable seer obviously start becoming aware of its own existence, no? As the being that I am. Hey, that's a strange thing I never noticed about myself, and I have been noticing about everything in this world. And noticing about ourselves brings joy immediately. Immediately. Not after a process, after a time. Immediate, that very millisecond, Like, oh, that's so amazing. That feels like some grace, something has showered on me, like some joy, some beauty had just showered on me, as if my Lord is waiting for you to just come to your sense of existence, and you will be able to feel that grace of my Lord, on you immediately. Like, oh, thank you, like you just don't know why, but it's just so complete, even for a moment. And so much guidance from here will be understood so easily, intuitively. That, these are the relations, and like many things internally understood. And we start coming in the right direction in a way, right flow, right way. We are not lost in the sense of that there is a world in which we are lost. We are lost in the sense that we have many divided interests at the same time. That's how we are lost. This is what is the word. The core of our word experience is our divided interest. As we are able to come to one, that one is what I call I am. Always remaining one, regardless of what I am doing. No? And we have started coming in alignment in a way with the existential flow, with the existential wisdom, and in the grace also, grace of God. No? Thank you. Very nice talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you for all this inspiration, because sometimes there is this unknown fear also of touching the grace and kind of losing this. Okay, it's a fear without logic, but it feels like if I go in this, then I'll lose the edge of dealing with this world. And recently I start to become conscious, and but I feel that's why such inspirations are very important when you speak like this, because there is not still a very clear experience from the real world. Let's use this word of Gurdjieff, and so there's this fear is there of the known, and of losing track, losing the ground, and such talks with you is helps a lot.
These fears are not something very unknown. I am aware of it. It happens really. Whenever we are we are close to something very powerful, like a revelation of who we are. Like in the same proportion, fears happen. And this fear is only when you are really ready to kind of not that you are ready to experience yourself, but you are ready to more choose to live as yourself now forever. That's where the fear comes. That and I can tell you very clearly that as far as your ability of working in the world are concerned, they are absolutely going to be intact. Nothing happens to them. So practical life is 100% safe. Physical body is 100% safe in the sense of like whatever way it is right now, and what you do with it. All that is at stake in a way, and we should have fear for, if we want to be simple about it, then that is the personal relation with life. But that really is part of the package. If we want to be free from being a person, we have to accept that we are going to become free from the personal relation with life, isn't it? So that, yes, cannot, that we should have fear for that, if at all we want to have fear. There is no other fear really valid, actually. And in one sense, I totally feel what you are saying, that although what I'm sharing is helping you, you are saying, but I know that it feels like this, that I have never lived as the being all the time. Like you don't know what will happen really, and it is true. You don't know yet what will happen. But all those who have happened before me, my guru also, and my own experience also now says that it is fine to live as a person deep in the dream of it, and having no doubt that there can be any other way of being. That's okay. That's a stability and fine. But once we have started waking up, then choosing to live as a person is basically choosing to live in hell, actually. Yeah. So even if like there is a fear that I don't know what will happen to my practical life, no, but that will be addressed, resolved somehow inside you very soon. It will become clear to you, like, oh, I'm not really getting anything out of it. And what I shared with you, this integrity, that crystallization. The crystallized state of being is like subtlemost state of ego, you can say. No? So where ego is already anyway almost not there, then you don't have this kind of fear. You already know that I'm not living as ego almost already. No? And still I'm able to function well in the world and everything. That's why I say that this integratedness, that kind of crystallization of the doer, thinker, experiencer, decision maker of life is very important. Thank you, thank you. It's very good. Anna, you want to talk?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
A few satsangs ago, I decided to confess everything and not to keep any sweeties. So I will speak about one topic now. Although when I raised my hand, it seemed like, yeah, this is so stupid and it's not spiritual, and you better be quiet about it. But then I could see how important it is, though, to bring it up, because like now when the previous participants were speaking, there was so much static, I could not connect. And now I'm like sweating, and so it must be a big topic. And obviously the mind will tell me anything just to not speak about it, because it still feeds on it and lives on it. And the topic is food and body image. And there are moments when I pray to have everything that I know about that be taken out and just deleted, and because I can see that the majority of my thoughts and of control and fear is all about that. And if someone, I would sign immediately if someone would say like, do you want to live on water for the rest of your life? Just so I don't have to think about it. And because I also have people who are dependent on me, so I have to cook for them, and because it's just like, this is healthy, this is not healthy, and you gained weight, and then it's not good. And it's not a topic like some addiction which you can just drop it and leave it and you never have to look back. And I know for the ladies it's usually a bigger topic than for men, but for me,
especially married men, no? It's like, for what I have to lose weight now? Let me eat.
So I'm sorry if it's trivial. It's just, obviously it's very big. Like my hands are sweaty, and it's a big topic for me. And also body image, as like just leaving the house with wearing something stupid or ugly, or
I'm sorry, but I'm just finding it a little funny, actually, in a way. Not what you are saying is funny, but the way you are hard on yourself. I'm just finding it a little funny. Why you are so hard on yourself? Why you don't allow yourself to be the way you are? No. Why you need to wear something stupid and go out? Why don't you wear very well and go out? No. What's wrong in that? I'm just trying to understand this. There is some misunderstanding you have, I feel. You are the being, even when you feel that you want to wear something nice, no? What makes you not a being that time? Is not really your interest in beautiful selection of cloth, or your interest in keeping your weight under check, or for that controlling your food or something. No? That's not what decides, no? Your self-knowing decides whether you are living as a being or not that time, no? So I think there is some fundamental misunderstanding, because I know you up to some degree, that you are a very wise being now. You are not like going to have interest in something just like this. But so there is some kind of knot of misunderstanding here, I feel. And it's not really about losing weight or not losing weight, giving value to body or not, giving value to cloth or not. It's not about that. It's something else. It's a misunderstanding. That if I'm a being, I should not be caring about my clothes so much. Why? Like, I'm just thinking, why we would do that, no? Are we not attaching our truth with some conditions now? No. I'm not saying that doing these things is right or wrong. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that what is the relation of these things with the being that we are? No, I don't see any relation. No.
The relation is that I can feel like when I'm really in truth that I'm being nourished, and none of this is important. And then there's just flow. But when I get attached to the or it's not that I get attached. I'm attached from before, or like for God knows how long. And when that kicks in, then I'm first of all I'm ashamed of it. So because it's not like, why am I still dealing with this topic after so long and after being so spiritual? And secondly, it's also because of the modest way of living, and which is always connected with with any of the sacred beings, or when one is living in ashram, or like that.
I can correlate a little bit, yeah, what you are saying. Let me just share something, and it may help actually clarifying this in this topic something. No? That we are the being. Every one of us is the being, the self, and we are mixed with our body existence, body, mind, thoughts, feelings, life of the body, in such ways that we are continuously engaged with it and busy, and we have no time to look at who we are and to feel and discover our truth. No? But when we come on this path, then a process of neti begins in some way. In the sense that we are encouraged to kind of focus on who we are and not what we are doing, who we are, not what preferences we have. And as a result of that, there is a possibility that we will withdraw ourselves from what we are not, meaning the body, mind, and its habits and everything, and our interest in it also, our attachment to it also. But at the same time, we may actually unknowingly develop a negative attitude towards it also, that it is something bad. No, body mind is not something bad in itself. It is something beautiful, something amazing, a creation of my Lord. However, we have made it dirty, let's say, if we have, any one of us or all of us together as a human society. That's a different story. But the way my Lord made it, it's so amazingly beautiful. So it's not about that. It's just that the being is much more beautiful than this. Not that it is ugly. It is not ugly. Just the being, the truth of who we are, is much more beautiful than this. That's why. And also permanent. This is not permanent. So we develop some kind of criticism, like, negative attitude towards it. And then, once we start discovering who we are, that negative attitude remains with us. Like, we have to be empty of that attitude also now. Neither for nor against the body or anything, just for ourselves. Body will live its own destiny, including its preferences in the mind and many things. Character, no? The whole character, no? So this is something I noticed, that it does happen really. And what you are saying is also true. And that is a valid thing to be alert about. That, oh, I've got identified again. When you don't care about your body, make sure that you are not identified with it and you are identified with yourself. Then it's okay. Many great saints have happened, Ramakrishna Paramhans, many other, Ramana Maharshi, who did not care about their body because they have found something like themselves, no? They have found themselves, no? So that's okay if you want to not care about your body, but also making sure that you are not identified with the body. But also same applies to when we are caring about our body. Are we identified with the body or not? Let's say you are not identified with the body when you care about your body and its preferences also. Is it harmful then? You are not doing it, you are just letting it happen, no? Isn't it? Because while you are remaining, when you are not identified with the body, you are remaining as yourself, no? Which basically means you are not really actively doing anything. You are just letting your life be lived in the body the way it was set so far, with the conditions and training and everything, the character and everything, the circumstances and relation with life and everything. Do you feel that, is it not true? Do you feel that it is true like this?
I have to say that I don't know caring about my body without being attached.
Ah.
So the only time I know not caring about my body is when I'm nourished with this, with the deeper, and this is why it is such a big balance. Because if I would let go, I don't know, it's probably like, then I'm not even hungry. Then I'm just, I don't need.
This is a call that you have to take yourself. I don't give advice to anyone, but I'm just trying to make it as clean as we can together right now and see the truth of it. I recently had a talk or call with some friend who for some reason, like there was a need, like a part of treatment that she did fasting for a few days, I think 7 days or something. Then that somehow continued for a long time, meaning not full 100% fasting, but a lot of fasting happened for 6-7 months actually, and she became like she lost 50% of weight and things like this also. Then she had to somehow forcefully get out of it into normal state so she can eat, and like many things happen like this, not just because of spiritual reasons. All I'm saying is that let us not delay clarity about who we are for any reason. And that is our best option, I feel, in terms of everything really. Because actually, many times it appears to be a very important reason to delay our clarity about who we are or identification with who we are truly. But they are not true reasons really, ever. Let's imagine that this is my version. So everybody take the call about your life. That there is a sense of responsibility inside me towards some work, let's say life has given to me right now, and I'm trying to do my sadhana, wake up, no? Let's say. Then that inspiration will remain in me even when I'm awake. Because that is our version of understanding that I am doing it. No? Whereas when we wake up more, we know He is doing it, not I am doing it. There's only one I. There's only one I, that is Lord. Rest are just, kind of trees which have come out of it, and they as if forget their roots. And when they forget their roots, they believe that I'm independent. Many things actually will become clear to us like this. Uh, 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 Anna, were you able to connect to this also that I share?
Yes, I know what I choose. the best way I can, minute to minute and moment to moment. And this is why it was important to bring it up today, because I can see how much, or where it's the hardest for me to choose myself. So.
So there are confusions, and then they are being cleared up here also in Satsang, then as we talk, no? As we look them at them. No? And that those confusions are like small pockets of packets of unconscious energy, which kind of works like a blind spot for a long time when not seen through. So let's see through it, that's all. Then it will not have that kind of power or impact to hold us, to keep us in it or something like this. And then, now I have a feeling to explore something with you, that I want to explore with you that are you free to choose right now about these two things? And just show me by choosing it that yes, I am free. Can you do that? Like let us taste the freedom of choice in this exploration right now. Let us see that am I free to choose right now? Meaning, if I am free to choose generally, I should be free to choose right now also or not? So Anna, you are speaking to me in a way that you are declaring that I am free to choose. It just I am not clear what I should choose. And I am saying that can you look deeply right now into your freedom of choice? Just confirm, just to confirm. How exactly I choose anything? What power I use when I choose something fundamental like this? Not about thinking or anything small thing, but that is also very mechanical, by the way, generally speaking. But when you, the being, chooses something, how exactly you choose something? Like, do I have the freedom of choice? I'm not saying I do have. Let's check, do I have? Because if I don't, all my confusions and fears are baseless, no? If I have, then it makes sense to wisely choose. And we all should wisely choose, as long as we have the sense that I can. But Anna, right now I'm inviting you somewhere deeper than that also. At the level of being, do I really have a choice? And also, Anna, I'm not going to leave you like this. I'm going to ask you who you are here, who has the choice, freedom of choice. No? So be sure, make sure that you become clear about who you are also. When you will say to me that yes, I have the freedom of choice or I don't. Because the answer of this question is less important. How deeply we have lived it, we are living it, that's more important right now. Because this question is directly going to invite you to question who I am right now. Who has the freedom of choice. No? We are not supposed to think about this question, but to feel and live this fully. Embrace it in the being and would you like to say anything, Anna?
Now inquiring with you, there is like a little crack, and where from which I can see that I don't really have a choice, but I could also sense this separate entity which feels a lot of autonomy of choice, and this is why it was such a big It felt it, it's a big struggle, because it's very strong, working very strong as autonomic or like separate self.
Yes. So, two things about it I want to share. One is that this is a very powerful insight that you are having right now. No? Because the crack, crack, where is that crack? Crack is in that circle in which we are living, where we are experiencing that I am an entity, separate. But your seeing is so simple right now, like a child, that you are not running away from anything, you are not overlooking anything, you are just allowing everything to be the way it is. Beautiful. I'm very happy that you are able to see so simply right now that no, that entity is so strong. Yes, yes. But there is a crack also, and where it is found that in the beingness, the choice happens, not that choice is made by a particular individual self. Basically, the individual self is not there. The self is here. Person or is not there, being is here. Who makes a choice through his own wisdom? No. So this is something very, very beautiful. And the second thing about the individual self, it is true. And Anna, this is one of the confusion. Many, some of my, students who are continuously working with me, they have that they discovered that something beyond the crack. Through the crack, they entered into their being, and then still that sense of individual remains. Hey, what to do? Whenever practical life comes, that is there. Don't be confused about it. Even when this sense of individual is there, you are also still here. Don't try to go out of the individual self. Wake up that you were identified with it. You are not a thing like the individual self, like the identity. You are a being in which this identity is taking place. And you are identified with it. Please understand, identified means you forget yourself as soon as you look at it. This is what happens. Right now, allow both of you to coexist, and that's going to be a very powerful revelation, which is going to cause a much higher and complete freedom. Because the sense of identity is a functioning, is a process, and it becomes a reality as soon as you forget who you are, because then you get identified with it. So do not forget yourself and do not deny the existence of this identity or this process. And you will see it's a process only, because it is trying to maintain the body existence and continuously thinking about things, continuously. But it is its job. It's not a bad thing. If it breaks, then it's going to be a bad thing, no? For the body. No? How body will function then? No? So this is where clarity and stability will help. The more clear you are at this level of individual, the better. Because the more non-essential has been removed, the lighter the sense of individual becomes. And in relation also, the more you are awake to who you are also. Or the more truth of who we are is revealed also naturally. The more the sense of identity thins away, no? Also. So not running away from the identity into the being. Or not feeling fear of the identity now. Rather accepting that this is how it is. And immediately the reality of it is not there anymore. Only the experience of it is. Yes, there is an experience of it, like a center. You need a center to function from. And a central mind to remember things, what I said to you, what you said to me, what we did, what did not. So that central place is not a entity, it's not the self, it is the place, it's a process. You are the self who is knowing it. Allow yourself to let it be registered well in your being. That it's a process, very subtle process. Looks like my belly or my center or my something. But after all, it's the experience. And you are the experiencer of it. So please say anything now. That's all I thought I will share with you.
I can see that I was running away with this, with what Ramana said, like the I removes the I and remains the I, hoping that by just remaining that it will like dissolve or disappear. So this is now a little bit different with allowing the coexistence. It's a bit different. I cannot explain how. It's a little bit different. Maybe just because there was no crack from which I could look at this big identity.
That crack is only in the imagination. There is no crack. Everything is happening in you, the being, and you are being all the time. You are the self all the time. And what Ramana Maharshi said is true. It dissolves. It disappears. The reality of identity is not in the identity itself. Identity itself is only a process. It is the reality of being in the body. That to be in the body, a center is needed. The more you will wake up to who you are, the less it will be an identity, less it will be an I, more it will be a functioning, like part of the functioning. We know our physical body only. We don't know the deeper functioning of it, no? Like from where the actions come, from where the decisions are made. We don't know that functioning, no? As you will become more settled in your being, it will become more clear to you that after all, even if the deeper layers, even if the deeper feelings, even if the deeper experiences, they are part of the body existence only. In a way. They are part of it. There is no entity somewhere. I am the only entity. This is an empty house. Absolutely empty house. There is nobody anywhere. Absolutely empty house. And that's where, as soon as you wake up, like, I feel like saying like this, that my Lord is waiting. As soon as you wake up and declare, yes, I know now it's empty. Then the grace of my Lord, showers on you and fills you from everywhere. And you cannot imagine the beauty of it, the auspiciousness, the good fortune of this moment. Or moments, you can say. I'm not talking about a particular moment only. And this empty house becomes like a mechanism through which the Lord is experiencing itself. And very happily knowing there is nobody else, just I am. This time the I am is not that sense of subtle sense of self. Now it is that supreme being, who is saying I am. Like this. So thank you. Very, very nice. Because the more you will wake up, truly, the less divisions you will find inside you. Right now, it is just about an entity, identity. After that, it will come to the actual body-mind also, no? What is the body-mind? I know it's a little hard food to chew right now. It's okay, we can leave it for now, no? Thank you. I think it's very good. Thank you. And Nishant, you want to talk?
Namaste, beloved.
Namaste.
Happy to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Same here.
But just a sharing. I think it's about single-pointedness. There are a couple of things, beloved, and I'm not even sure first one how it's directly related, but somehow seems relevant here. This was I heard about Guruji that it was his birthday, and there was like a party planned for that birthday. Yeah, and the party started, and somebody went to invite him for his own birthday party. And apparently he said something and just shut down the whole party here.
You heard that?
I heard that, yeah.
Actually, me and Prajot were there in Tiruvannamalai in that party. No? We saw that happening actually. Like end of party, like. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so this is one thing, by the way. Any comment about it, or shall I say the second part
No,
also?
go ahead.
Okay.
I just felt excited that hey, we were also part of that.
It's about like, for example, if there is an exam that I want to pass, there's a math exam I want to pass, yeah.
This I'm not clear. What are you saying? What
I was giving an example, an analogy.
Example. I thought exam.
Example of an exam, actually. Yeah. There's an exam that I want to pass.
Okay.
So I go to a tutor, yeah, and he or she teaches me certain techniques for it'll be helpful. Yeah? But somehow if I go to multiple if I go to a couple more tutors, they can teach me more technique also, yeah. But somehow it can be confusing also. Somehow it could also derail my focus on the goal. For example, it can cause more confusion in the sense. Yeah? What I'm trying to say is that, somehow I feel very fortunate that it's clear to me that, how I can get to, how I can wake up. It's clear to me that, this is the direction that I need to follow. There is no ambiguity about that. Yeah. And I just feel very thankful about it. Yeah. Thank you.
About this, I want to comment that it's not really like a standard practice that, sticking to one teacher, meaning sticking to one teacher is best. It is basically from our understanding that what works best for us, no? Because it is really possible sometime to stick to one teacher and benefit less than sticking to two teachers and benefiting more, no? It is possible really. So it is a very individual call everybody must take, no? I remember one time somebody called from Babaji's Sangha that I want to come, I want to talk to you. It was some lady, I think. I said, did you check with Babaji, your guru? No? She said, I did not, but he encourages us that we should go out and, like this. I said, okay. So, depends on different teacher-student combination also, states also. I feel all that matters is that is it working for you? Are you benefited continuously? Because in the spiritual direction, when it starts working, even if it looks like I'm falling apart, at the same time parallelly there is a joy growing so much faster that we feel so happy that I don't mind falling apart. If it is not happening like this, if our joy is not growing continuously, then some things we are missing. Like, are we happy in our spiritual direction? Because you are reporting that I am very happy, so it totally makes sense for you to stick to what you see and understand. No, but it cannot be. I would not like to say it out like a standard practice for everyone, like a recommendation for everyone. Everybody has to see. What?
Thank
Yeah. No, go ahead.
you, beloved. Actually, you said it so precisely. This is what I meant, actually, beloved. Yeah. So I did try, listening to a few different teachers, and I found that what I'm doing right now is working for me, and now there is no need to look in other directions,
Yes, yes, yes.
like that.
Then it's good. That is good. It is possible, for example, to maybe it's not a very good example, but it will say something that, like, let's say when it is clear to us that, for example, for beings like me, it is clear that I want to have Ayurvedic treatment only. I don't feel like taking other form of medicines, no? And still there is a possibility that there will be some time when the Ayurvedic medicine is not working on me, and that time I will have to take some other medicine. And in order to Ayurvedic medicine work on me, no, also. So that kind of clarity, like once we are clear that I am in favor of knowing whom I am and becoming joyful or coming to life, then somehow we start having that kind of inner wisdom in a way, which guides us to the right place or right direction, or something like this. Many of us who came to Guruji, no, Mujiji, we don't claim that, oh, we knew why we are coming here, no. We feel like we were just brought in a way, no. And like indirectly we were guided from inside in a way, no, like this. So that is what I feel, no. That is what I feel matters. Succeeding matters. Like we should succeed really. That matters. Or being happy, joyful. Like, am I happy on my path? Let's say struggling a lot, but happy. That's fine, no? Struggling alone, not taking help of anyone, but happy is fine, no? And trying to take help of a teacher and continuously struggling and not happy also. Is this fine? No. It's just about whether it is working on, like, how much we should delay, how much we should wait. We should not wait at all now. Everything should start working right now for us, no? Not everything at the highest speed or, deepest or something. But we can sense that now I'm not stuck. Things have started changing, growing. Like, thank you. I think it's very good. Thank you.
Very good, Palo. Thank you for the insight. Thank you very much.
Nishant, fundamentally, our discussion in satsangs should happen either about who I am in one way or the other through guided meditations like we did, inquiry or discussion or exploration together, no? And if not, then the only other important question should be that what do I want? So that we can come to a crystallization, so that we can actually start enjoying what we want to enjoy, experience or enjoy the experiencing of what we want to experience. No? It is as if we are continuously unfulfilled, trying to experience something and remaining unfulfilled. No? Mainly because of this, not being clear. So either clarity about who we are or clarity about life, about what we want fundamentally. That should be the discussion actually between us, I feel. No? Not that I want to tell you something that what you should want or not, but I feel that our conversation may help you see clearly. Nishant, what is happening is that it feels like we as an identity want something. And life somehow is as if pushing us in some other direction, It feels like this. And we are, because of this, having a continuous struggle with life and resistance also. And we are not clear that, is my resistance valid? Shall I resist to life, or shall I let go? No. So that all that confusion can be cleared up very simply by being clear about what do I want really. Which in one sense is coming in the right place of being, from where we actually are experiencing ourselves to be individual self and having a desire for something. Which is a very beautiful thing, by the way. It's not something really personal. Something very existential. No? And we feel joyful, happy. We feel immediately happy, like continuously happy, not one time only. Because it is like the seed was stuck and it has started opening up now. It's just going to feel more happy every day, by the day, more and more. No? Like unfolding of that contracted energy, no? In a way. Or some may feel, oh, I want to know the truth of life. I want to know the truth of who I am. I want to know the truth of my Lord, of the source. For them, it doesn't matter really what do I want. For them, it matters what He wants. No. That's why this question, what do I want, does not apply or does not have importance for those. Thank you. Very nice. Diva, you want to say something?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
I wanted to only first check with you. Is this okay? So I'm using a headset. The voice, is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, um, I wanted to wish you Dasera first. Happy Dasera.
Happy Dasera to you too. Very nice. And happy Dasera to every one of you once again.
Yeah, I saw all those flowers and I'm like, oh, yeah. The colors.
Yellow flower particularly, no? Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I'll wish you happy Dasara and happy Dasara to all. And also, I was listening to this talk and since the beginning, starting from Mila, and the one line that kept coming in like, to me, it felt as if it was the song of the heart all through, because it always came to that point where you were sharing the grace of the Lord. So it always felt there was this nectar in it, and I was feeling as if, you were continuously, in one way or the other, you are bringing us back to see that it is really the shower of grace that is happening here. So I was feeling so filled in every talk with each participant that I was like, I'll raise my hand and share this, that is so true, that that this is what is happening over here in Satsang. And you said, now what is it that you want? At this point, it just doesn't feel that I want anything. This is too much already. So I felt that I'll share this with you also.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajee.
It's very, very nice. And because this is my experience also, that in Satsang, the grace of my Guru, grace of Lord is all the time showering. Because always there are some beings who are so open for grace in a way that they invite somehow. They invite the grace in a way. And the intensity of that grace basically is kind of, regulated by the thirst we have for it. So you were one of them who were enjoying like, oh, thank you, like this. And that intensifies in a way, that rain of grace. So very beautiful. Thank you for that. I also feel like this always. One thing very beautiful about what do I want, this question we were discussing, is that you said that I don't want anything. Meaning everything is already so beautiful. When we are present enough to see that everything is already so beautiful, then even if the greatest desires comes inside us, they are not given any value. In this moment, in these times, in these moments when you were here, not that your thoughts stopped coming, it's just that you stopped attending them, because you were not seeing that anything can be better than this, So the whole point of asking what do I want is not really to identify our desire and go for it. It is to more become a conscious thinker or conscious being in a way. That do I really know what do I want? And is it really going to fulfill my desire for happiness, for joy? Because ultimately what we are desiring is happiness, joy. A flow, beautiful flow of life. So it is about being more conscious thinker, conscious being. And the more conscious being we are, the less we desire. When we are fully conscious and present here, we don't need to desire at all, because we see that what I am getting is so much more. Like somehow the desire falls away here. The very tendency to desire is not here. But it's not that we are not here. We are here, fully benefited, enjoying, deeply knowing, living and feeling gratitude and, the blissful presence of being, presence of the Lord. But there's a sense of completion, fulfillment inside beyond our experiences. Like this experience of fulfillment does not match with anything that we have attained so far. Thank you. I think it's very good. Thank you. David, you want to talk?
Yes, namaste.
Namaste.
So I could use your help. The last few weeks, I've been having a rather difficult experience. I could say it's in the body and in the heart, and there's a very strong fear of death, a very imminent fear of death, as well as suffocation, like a feeling of eternal suffering. And it's happening quite a lot lately. And I don't know what to do with it. It's very overwhelming.
I just want to confirm before I share anything that you are talking about eternal suffering. Eternal suffering means that one suffering in the being which is in every being ultimately and at the in the depth of it. No, are you talking about that?
It's a feeling of like suffering, inescapable suffering. So it's. Does that make sense?
I know what it is, but I want to be very clear about it through that you are also clear about it before I answer. Then what I will share will make much more sense. So are you clear about what it is?
I'll just try to explain again. So it's like bondage, like a bondage that just can't be broken. It's like hopeless.
Yes, yes. So this bondage that I will just share something which there is a possibility that it may help you in some way. First thing is that before I explain anything about it, would you like to do something about it with me right now? Like, can we live it in a way or something? You know?
I feel like whatever you feel is best.
Then I would say that just for a second or few seconds, don't run away from this suffering at all. Face it, 100% as it is. Because I know you are the being. You cannot die. You cannot disappear. You cannot change. But it will become clear to you what it is and who you are also. Because this is the most pure mirror in which you can see who you are. Because of this deepest sense of suffering, your attention is not going anywhere now, or you are not giving value to anything else now. It is able to hold you completely here. So it has already done most of the work of not letting you go out of yourself. It's just a matter of waking up to who you are now. Face this suffering right now for a few seconds, that okay, let me see what exactly it is. Like, let me live it consciously, of course, but let me live it as clearly as I can. What exactly is this suffering? Because this suffering has a clue to our home, to our truth. Nobody will be able to understand what it is in the way of a person or mind or individual. This is something much deeper than the individual. So individual mind cannot understand what it is, but you, the being, can. By the way, this is the same place where we can experience the grace of God most clearly, or we can discover who we are most simply. It's just about not going anywhere from it. So don't go anywhere right now. Not trying to solve it, not trying to remove it, just facing it. Let me see what it is. This suffering is like a fire, divine fire. It's going to remove the remaining subtle ego and to reveal the truth of who you are, the being. Would you like to say anything now?
Yeah, it seemed to sort of just transform into energy more than anything else.
Yes. And that feeling of suffering, is it still there?
No. There's a feeling of a similar sort of tension, but it's like surrounded by joy,
Yeah.
actually.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
This that you are experiencing is a deeper thing. It's a thing of the being, not of the individual level. That's why individual level always misinterprets it as suffering. It is not at all suffering. It is freedom, not suffering. Or at the max, it is a reminder for freedom. It reminds us that how free we are, how blissful and eternal we are. You know, that we are eternal being. It is a reminder for us, and it is a good fortune to have such a thing, no, inside us, that we will not be lost in the world, in the thoughts, in the feelings. Like we will not be able to enjoy the world fully, that we get lost in it so much and keep having hope for, you know, for eternal joy out of experience of world. But I feel you please stay here for some more time, so that something break here. Because there is a natural impulse to go out of it in a way, to go somewhere, to do something else. I'm very much here with you. Let's not move from here, just for some time. And this kind of, as if it is like an invisible division between you, the being, and the individual self that you take yourself to be. And that is going to melt now. But not the way we think. The more this division is melting, the more somehow you are able to sense your existence naturally, which is from where the joy is coming. Anything you feel in between, please say. If you don't feel, also is fine.
There's a sense that this like tension is almost like a residue of the individual self. Like,
Yes. It's true, it's true. But now you know the technique, meaning now you know the fundamental understanding of it. Just apply that, and this residue will simply disappear. And the more it will disappear, the more somehow this unbound, unlimited joy will start opening up from inside your being. Like you will feel, oh, like it's all right to be joyful. for no reason. You know, it takes just this much, like this. Oh, that's so nice. Like as if you, the being, were unknowingly, you know, keeping yourself contracted like this. And you suddenly realize that I don't need to. I can relax. As soon as you relax, you expand. No? You expand. And that expansion is what gives you the joy, the experience of joy. We are made of joy. Our presence is made of joy. But the relax and the expansion fills our energy, you know, fills this body mind with our energy, and our body mind is working like a medium through which we experience ourselves. That it's so joyful. But it is not only joyful, it is very stable also, very clear. Not clear about who is who, what is what, but clear about ourselves. That I am, and I am not going anywhere. Because of the residue of the old self, you know, individual self, let us not keep the conclusion so much, like take the conclusion so much out of it right now. Because as the residue of the individual self will reduce, our experience and outlook will change also. Like we will be able to see and know more clearly what is truth. Right now we are knowing the truth as a mix of two things. So I think it's very good, no? Thank you. Deepa, you want to talk?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
I'm not well, so my video is not turned on. Yeah. So, how to cope up with, health issues and still, if you're not able to work out properly, if you're not able to let go of that energy out, and it is kind of troubling you, especially in your backbone, constantly, how to cope up with it? Like when you are on bed.
Are you talking about that some energy is stuck inside me and that energy should be dissipated for me to feel relaxed, relieved or you know, something like this? While my physical body is not active right now, I'm not able to do anything like that. Are you saying like this?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. You're right.
Okay,
Yeah.
understood. Please understand that the being that we are does not have just one fixed way of doing everything. It always have yet another way that is discovered by it. So when on the bed, when the body is not so active, being still has a way to dissipate the energy, to let it go out. And that may cause actually very nicely bring more energy in the body and make the body feel more healthy also. So I feel there are two parts of dissipation of energy which have to be understood. One part is letting go of that energy from inside, like not holding on to it, not kind of, you know, not letting it go, you know, like letting it go. One part. Another is doing some supporting activity to channelize it out in a way, you know. So right now, you cannot do any supporting activity at the physical body level to channelize that energy, to let that energy go out of your system. But you can let go of that energy right now or not. And if you let go of that energy, what will happen? We may feel that it will keep rotating inside me. Not really. It is rotating inside us because we are holding on to it. We are just not aware of it, how we are holding on to it. Be aware in the sense that be more relaxed in the state of not doing anything, not touching anything, not holding on to anything, not engaging with anything. The core meditation, which I share, like coming to more relaxed state of being, more uninvolved state of being, more free state of being, and this energy will take care of itself. It will find its own way right now, Because not only our being is the wisdom itself, but our energies of body, mind, all the course, they have their own wisdom to deal with these things, provided we do not interfere. Are you able to understand this, what I'm saying?
Yes, I am able to. How to not interfere?
By relaxing, by meditating, core meditation. No, this is what is not interfering. Like coming to the true state of being, more relaxed, more non-doing, more non-involved, not engaged. This gradually is understood. It is an understanding that is lived. Core meditation is actually understanding being lived. So understand it well. And to understand anything that you feel like doing, you must understand what it is not also. Because if you do not understand what it is not, you most probably will not succeed in doing it, isn't it? By the way, everything which I share in satsang, every meeting, in some way I'm trying to show, tell, teach this what I call the way of the being. How to just be without doing anything. So, would you like to understand this again?
Yes, yes, yes.
So, right now, do not do anything. And you will feel that, but thoughts are still there. The energy is still rotating in me. Yes, do not do anything about it. But I feel I want to do something about it. Do not do anything about this feeling also. Like understand very deeply that ultimately I, who exists, has decided to do nothing right now about anything inside me. So that I can rest deeply in my being, I can feel joyful, I can taste my truth, and I can let the energies be balanced by themselves within. Because I am not able to do anything about it anyway. So it's like at the conscious mind level, you know I am not able to do anything. At the physical body level, you know I am not able to do anything. Now bring that knowledge or decision at a deeper level also, where this energy is moving. How? By declaring at a more deeper level that I am deciding to not do anything now. Even if the energy rotates, I am fine with it for now. Because actually you are fine if you enter into your being, if you relax in your being, you are really fine, even if the energy is rotating. And the beautiful part is that the energy will come to more balance also. As soon as we relax in our being, because there is nothing greater wisdom or light or the environment where the energies can come to balance than our own being. Nothing more beautiful than that. That's the best environment in which energies start coming to harmony, by themselves. This is amazing. We just have to try this. So try this right now. And as you will let go of the outer levels of impulses, the deeper, subtler impulses will surface now, or will be noticed by you now. That, yeah, but something, and just keep remaining aware and keep ignoring them. Because be very alert that I have decided to really not do anything right now about anything inside me. Because I want to slide into my pure being. I want to live in the truth of myself. And I want to let my light of my truth, my being, give that environment or support to my energies so they can come in harmony, in balance by themselves. It's a very joyful activity, joyful, that we are doing. No? If it is not joyful, there is some misunderstanding. Please understand, we cannot force ourselves to do nothing. Please understand this. Forcing will be a doing. Try to see the difference between doing and not doing also. Doing can be done or is done through engagement. Not doing cannot be done. It can only be attained by withdrawing ourselves from doing anything. Let me show you an example, ancient example, which describes very clearly what is it doing and what is it not doing. When I am holding my fist like this, all my hand, my hand and fingers and everything, this is effort I am making. When somebody says to me, let go, that is not really effort. I have stopped making effort. I have just stopped making effort from inside. I have relaxed inside. I have got disconnected from this continuous effort. I have relaxed into my being and I have got disconnected from this effort now. Now, slowly, my hand will come in its natural state, but by itself, by the very force present inside it, and by the very nature of the hand, both together will work together, and my hand will come in its natural state by itself. I will not have to apply force or energy anymore now. I can completely relax in my being, and I will know that my hand will come in its natural state. In this way, do not do anything about anything right now. So let go of doing anything. Not that you start doing and not doing. Please be clear about it. It's a subtle thing. That's why I tried to give this example, ancient example also. It's a relaxing. Letting go of the effort, not doing anything is a relaxing, but not sleeping. So what is the difference? The difference is of awareness, that you are aware. You are aware that you are. You are aware that you are not doing anything. But you being aware that you are not doing anything is not what you are doing. Awareness is not what we are doing. Awareness is what is just there. And it is also being highlighted, hey, awareness is just there. While I am not doing anything about anything, I am aware that I am not doing anything. But without doing anything about it. Do you see what I am saying? It's an internal thing. We are using some words also, which may be sometime clear, sometime not so clear. But try to feel the truth of these words, and you will be able to connect to the being that we are. No?
Yeah, it's like disconnecting with the mirror that we are. Is it that?
Disconnecting with the
mirror that we are. Like, I feel I'm a mirror.
That's fine also. It is quite close to the reality anyway. So yes. Meaning, are you saying that disconnecting from the mirror or as the mirror?
As the mirror.
Yeah. So disconnecting as the mirror basically means disconnecting from the reflections. Is it like this?
Yes. Yes.
So
On point. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So what I have observed is that from my childhood, whatever, I am or whatever I've become is not my personality. Like, it's all accumulated from the outer world. If I look at any friend of mine, my parents, I see some part of me in them and some part of them in me.
Correct, correct.
Yeah. And like mainly my parents or my family, because I was born from them. Those things are so deeply rooted in me that at times it's difficult to, disconnect. But yeah, I try.
Don't try to disconnect from those things in the way of the person or individual, because that's definitely going to be a very long process and almost impossible to achieve. No,
Yeah, not as a
wake up more right
Please
now.
go ahead.
Yeah, please say.
Please go ahead, sir.
So wake up more in the sense that become aware of the truth that all of these things are somehow happening in me, not to me. Everything that has happened, all form of conditioning inside, is inside me. It has not colored me. It has not really altered myself, because I am the one who is aware of it. I am the one who knows it. No? Wake up like this right now. And then it will be more easier now to relax also. So when you relax without doing anything with these things, it may be like a message for the sense of doer inside us, but it's actually for the being that you are. Because you the being knows really how to not do anything. Because that's most natural for you. Try to listen, Deepa, right now with your whole heart what I'm saying. It is most natural for you to not do anything. Because that's how we were like a child. When we were a child, very happily just here. Right now we have got into a circle of impulsive doings, and we are just trying to break out of it into our natural state again. No? And I'm living with you that natural, what is natural for us. It's very joyful also. So try to learn that, like remember that original way. Not try to learn something new, but rather trying to remember the original way of being. The more clear it becomes to you, what is this, the more simple and easy it will become for you to actually attain it or to be in it. Because it's not a new learning, it's unlearning. But not unlearning at the level of mind, that I should forget everything that I have learned. No, it's something else. No? It's being without doing anything. It's being without seeing anything. It's being without being anything also, or anyone also. Not that you are forcing to not do anything. You are just letting yourself not do anything or not be involved with anything. You are not forcing yourself to see anything, that no, I will not see anything. No. Let yourself continue seeing things but without effort. Let yourself continue experiencing things but without effort. Let yourself continue doing things but without effort. So without effort is the key. Am I making effort? And same applies to being something or someone also. Am I making effort to be what I am? If yes, we can let go of that also. At a very subtle level, we are continuously making effort to be what we are right now. And once it becomes highlighted, and when we have willingness, like we have an interest, we will slide out of it also into our natural state of being. No? That eternal being, which does not come and go, which only is, which is outside of this pot, which is inside this pot also. That same being is outside of this vessel of body, and it is inside of the vessel of the body also. Same being, one being actually. It looks like divided, it is not. Live that being right now and discover the eternal truth of life, eternal truth of being that we are. Then there will be no coming and going for you. There will be no out and in for you. And there will be no becoming also for you at all.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jee. You've been a blessing in my life.
It's my joy talking to you. And beautiful, it's very beautiful. Like we are able to live this beautiful sharing together right now. No? And let us not be in a hurry to jump onto conclusion that, okay, I have become free from everything now completely. Maybe not yet. Maybe we have started becoming free for sure, but maybe we have not completed becoming free yet. Because maybe there are still certain things which are going to come highlighted inside us and will challenge us. Like for example, when we will become completely free in the waking state, chances are that then the dreaming state will not really challenge us, because that has been covered in the waking state already. Because waking state includes the dreaming state which we experience at night. So that has been covered already. But the deep sleep will come and challenge us. No? But this time truly, okay, what I am and what you are. So it's naturally going to happen, like a very beautiful existential deepening by itself. No effort, like it's a evolution of joy only, more joy and more joy and more joy only. So that discomfort or confusions or suffering is because of wrong understandings, expectations, trying to jump ahead, trying to lag behind, one of the two or both maybe. Like trying to not let go of what life wants to let go now. Trying to attain what life has not attained yet inside us. Trying to imagine about, let's live what we have right now. Let's live what we are right now. And this is freedom, my friend. Regardless of what is the state of energies. And here we are immediately going to know the blessing of my Lord, the grace. Grace is not only what is showering on us. Grace is also what we are truly. Who we are truly, what we are truly. We are not separate from that grace. We are not actually, in a way. Grace is in the form of each one of us also. The essence of who we are. It is so one. It is so one thing. It's such a one thing. But so divine, so sacred, that nothing we have experienced so far matches with that, with this. No. The body is not a bad thing in itself. It's like fine. It has certain experiencing or deeper layers, deeper bodies. They all have their own experiences. But what we are, what this grace is something so beyond experiencing all experience, like no comparison. We are tasting the timeless here. No? The grace is the timeless, like timeless showering on you, on me. No, that is grace. No, tasting the grace, the timeless. You say impossibility has become possible for us. No, that which cannot happen being experienced by us. Because that which cannot happen cannot be experienced. As simple as this. But being experienced. This is also part of that blessing and support given by the source. The grace is not showering on us so that we become burdened by it, like, oh my God, how small I am and how great you are, oh Lord. No, Lord is showering its love and grace on us so that we can discover that, oh Lord, I am not, only you are. That freedom, that unburdenedness. Oh my beloved, I do not want to go anywhere now. I don't want to go in that delusion of separation again now. I have suffered enough. Remind me in every way and keep me in your heart, in your being always, oh my Lord. Because I declare to you clearly, I absolutely want nothing else. Because there is no beauty other than the beauty of your being. There is no joy or bliss other than the taste of yourself. There is no greater blessing than the grace that you shower on me. I know I cannot keep my eyes open for this truth, for this grace, for your presence. I pray to you, keep my eyes open. Because without your help, without your doing, it cannot happen. Even this is grace, that I can see or appreciate the grace. Even this is grace. It is not my power. And like this, somehow, in this prayerful state, two are not there anymore. Only the beloved is. There's just one left. And this one does not have any name. And doesn't have any particular form also. Very soon we will discover this. And yet in every form it lives. And in every name, under every name it lives also, We must experience this. It's a very, very, this is the only thing worth experiencing really in life, in one sense. Because it is not just experiencing of this presence of truth brings joy. No, it liberates. It liberates. Forever. It liberates. Because what is bound is not somebody inside us. It is a misunderstanding. As long as it lives, there is a feeling that I am bound. Only by the grace that feeling is removed. No, completely. No. We can just thin it away, but we cannot completely remove it. But in moments like where we are right now, it is being removed also, I feel.
Thank you for your love and joy. Thank you.
Thank you. Very, very nice. Thank you. Very beautiful to meet all of you beings on this beautiful day. I thank you all that we could live truth today. Thank you.